about waiving the cooling off period on agency agreements. We've had this question a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, and certainly comes up when we're talking about agency agreements in one of our elective topics for CPD. And many people don't realise that to waive the cooling off period on the agency agreement, I'm talking about that first cooling off period, the one that is the right of the vendor or the landlord to get out of an agency agreement by the next business day, by 5 p.m. on the next business day, which includes a Saturday. But what you have to do that, you actually have to meet a couple of criteria. So for you to be able to waive that cooling off period, so when you're sitting there and you're filling in an agency agreement, you want to waive that cooling off period, what do? Well, you've got to make sure that you have given the vendor or the landlord a copy of the agency agreement at least the day before, so they know what they're signing and what they're entering into. In a sales one, you make sure that you've given them the consumer education guide at least the day before and not more than a month before. So if you went around there 6 months ago and you gave them a whole nice little packet and all about you, all about your agency, all about why you're the best agent in the area to do what it is that you want to do for them, and that's terrific, and that's fabulous things to have in terms of the information that you give out to people. But if you did it 6 months ago and then they decide, yep, want to sign up today, you cannot waive your cooling off period for the agency agreement. And so you have to have done that. You have to get them to agree to that on your actual agency agreement. There's a section in every agency agreement that says when were they given the consumer education guide and are they agreeing to waive the cooling off period. Now, if you gave them the consumer education guide on the day they sign the agency agreement, they cannot waive the cooling off period. Remember, day before, not more than a month before. So they need to have got that education guide earlier. They need to have signed the agency agreement to say that they're willing to waive it, and then they need to also put it in writing. So there's that three-prong approach there. So that has to happen. Now, why would you want to waive the cooling off period? If you lose the relationship with your customer between today and tomorrow, maybe it's not where you need to be. But if it's a fabulous listing, if it's on a prime locality and you want your sign on that place and you want that listing no matter what, then maybe it's about making sure you've got all your ducks in a row, making sure that you have given out the consumer education guide, that you've gone through the agency agreement, that the person understands what they're doing. Because if they don't waive their right, you can't actually start marketing that property till at least 5 p.m. on the next business day. So if they list at 9 o'clock this morning, it's 5 p.m. tomorrow. If they list at 9 o'clock tonight, it's 5 p.m. tomorrow. If they list on a Friday, it's till 5 p.m. on the Saturday. If they list on a Saturday, it's till the Monday. Okay, so Sunday doesn't fit into this, it rolls onto Monday. Saturday, very much seen as a business day in the real estate industry, so that's why it's included in there in the legislation. So guys, just remember that to waive the cooling off period for an agency agreement, that you need to have met those other criteria. So make sure you get that right. Otherwise, it's a way people can actually get out of an agency agreement if you've done that the wrong way.